Hello and welcome to Chapter Chats with the Washington Metropolitan Chapter of Community Associations Institute. I'm Jamie Barnhart, the Executive Director, and with me today I have Sammy Satori of Quest Insurance. Hi Sammy, how are you?
Good morning, Jamie. How are you?
I'm doing great.
With you.
I'm great. So Quest has been a member for many years and has been part of our chapter partner program since almost the very beginning of your membership. In the last 2 years has participated, the last year has participated as a benefactor in our chapter program. So thank you for that support of the chapter and of the industry. So Sammy, tell me a little bit about Quest Insurance.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity to talk and present the Quest to the membership and to yourself. That's been our association with CAI has been a journey of love, I would say. Quest, as you probably the name indicates, you would think insurance, but we're in a business of risk management. We would like to call ourselves as providing risk solutions to business, community association members, and individuals. Our motto, if you don't manage risk, risk will manage you. So you don't want to do that. To that end, our pillar of our agency was founded and built on integrity, transparency, and hard work. And hard work is one of the most component that I stress on my staff to make sure, they fulfill the promise they made to clients and association members and vendors as well. So those are, in a nutshell, some of the key elements that we think made us a little bit different than other competitors in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the rebranding, rethinking of you're not an insurance agency, you're risk management.
Yeah, so most of the time, the challenge with insurance never made itself very attractive to both community and individuals, both on the HR side and the sales side. However, you cannot live without it. So managing risk and making sure the exposure you have, knowing them and managing them properly, whether transferring them for a cost like insurance or other things, is the key element. And the beauty about Quest is we do most of what business requires, whether that's employee benefits, property and casualty, such as your basic work comp, GL, and everything else. But we also can address other other challenges and risk that sometimes cannot be transferred. So we do lots of training to staff and management to handle other exposures that is no insurance for, Jamie.
Yeah, there's a lot of those right now in today's world.
Yeah, COVID is one of them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell me, what is the thing you are most proud of at Quest Insurance?
So first and foremost, it has been like I said, a journey, right? The inception of the organization was in September 15th, 1992. From that, an inception date to today, we look back and what a journey. I mean, we have grown leaps and bounds. One of the things that I'm most proud of is working with lots of nonprofit and charities in the Washington, D.C. area to make an impact on the charity itself or the nonprofit itself and its mission. So for instance, one of the missions that we have is Food for Others, which is a food bank. It so happened to be located on Prosperity Boulevard, and God knows Prosperity did not touch everyone in Fairfax County. I was one of the founders of that organization and has blossomed and grown quite a bit. So to that end, we have a number of those, whether the DC, Maryland, Virginia, and we're very active amongst them. Risk is very, very important for them. And lots of times these missions don't have a lot of funds. And so we manage to both save, contain, and be involved in their fabric as well.
That is amazing. That is really cool that you help them out that way. So obviously community service and impacting the community is really important at Quest. So beyond Food for Others and things like that, what other things do you get involved with to impact our community?
So the community involvement, and of course, one of the things that a small organization like ours had to do is not only generate revenue, right, but also serve the public and serve our mission to make sure whatever resources we have and whatever effort we put has quite a bit of an impact. And I'm proud to report that if you survey all the nonprofit that we serve, and God knows we have a number of them, over 500 of them, every employee in the organization is encouraged and asked and required to actually espouse one of these nonprofits and work with them, whether that's being volunteer hours to work in there and do a fundraiser for them, set up a golf tournament, talk to their kids at risk, mentor someone, do something. So that's part of, A, you get to know your client a little better and you have a bonding experience with them, but B, you're really giving back true heart-to-heart work, impactful to their community, so that you know, and every time, never fails, every time somebody goes to one of these, come back and say, wow, I just discovered something. I just get to know someone. I just did something. And that's documented in some kind of report that each employee have to bring practically on a monthly basis. And that has been very enriching, to say the least. But from a business perspective, obviously, that builds a bond, right, Jamie? And that account much more loyal, and that we have a very good brand with some of these nonprofit and organization and associations members as well.
Absolutely, that is great. I love to hear that you're giving back and getting involved.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's have a little fun. So tell me a fun fact about Quest that we may not already know.
So this is very interesting. So the date that I gave you, the September 15, 1992, that the inception date, it so happened the location where Quest was created is actually 7700 Leesburg Pike.
Seems like a familiar address.
Which is smack next door, right, Jamie? So
smack next door to the chapter office.
next to your office. So every time I drop by to attend one of these education committee, I look up the hill and I remember those days, you know, and I smile. Actually, about a year ago or so, I just went by there and tried to see who's occupying that space. But it's like I said, a journey of love, and I look back and I smile quite a bit. So we had neighbors, spiritually and otherwise.
Right. Yeah. No, you know, it just goes to show that as big as the DC metro area is, it really is a very small world. And we're all very connected.
Yes. Somehow we intersect with one another.
Somehow. Yeah. So Quest is very involved in our chapter in CAI, and just both as a benefactor, of course, as the partner program, but also as an event and education sponsor. We see Quest staff at events, you know, when we could have them in person. We saw you in person, and now we see you virtually at our webinars.
Yes.
You know, and also with a lot of really great committee work across the chapter. And so why is involvement in CAI so important to Quest?
So we took it upon ourselves. One of the things I like and do is once I get involved in an endeavor, I want to give it all, more than 100%. So one of the things I've done is I assign some employees, some stakeholders here in the agency to make sure to be a part and parcel of a committee. They have to pick some activities, some committee, but they have to be involved in there. I was personally involved, as you know, in the education committee with, you know, when Jim Santos was involved and when the transition happened and everything else. So we feel like for us to get the best out of our involvement and our investment, we need to be present at the table. We need to contribute and pitch in, both in terms of hours, but also in terms of dollars, and put the effort and energy to get the most of the membership. And frankly, you know, with some exceptions, I'm happy to say that I get to know some people that I would never have known had I not been involved with you. And this is a plug, not for you, Jamie, personally, but for the entire organization. But without your involvement, I don't think Quest would be where we are now, or our involvement with the association. You've been a linchpin. You've been a wonderful partner. Your staff is phenomenal. Christine and Suzanne has been wonderful. So all that contributed to a wonderful relationship that we feel like we can build upon in a good foundation. The challenge I have for the next 12 months or 18 months is to actually convert some of that hard work, some of that goodwill, some of that connection into a relationship where we can possibly help some of the members and extract out of that a little bit of attraction in terms of conversion. And I'm open and trusting that you can assist us as an endeavor.
That's what we're here for, is to help, right? All right, so here's my burning question, and not a loaded question at all.
Okay.
But tell me your favorite thing about the DC chapter, be it an event, a
Oh my God.
program. What is your favorite thing about our
Is
about
that
our
for
chapter?
me or for my staff?
So let's go with both. You can give me two
Okay,
answers.
so for me, I love the expo. That
Me
event
too.
allowed me the opportunity to see people I did not see in a year, sometimes 2 years, sometimes clients, sometimes kids or family member of client, vendors. I mean, it's a fun fest for me. Um, Added to that, this past year, of course, the fact that I had the opportunity to present a couple of workshops, that has been phenomenal, very enriching for me, both in
Mhm.
terms of the research goes into it, the challenge, meeting some attorneys, meeting some stakeholders. But for my staff, they love the food and libation.
Who doesn't?
All the events you have after hours, of
Mhm.
course, they leave early to make it on time. They're so-called make it on time, right?
Right, right,
It's about
right.
2 o'clock or 5 o'clock.
Well, we can't wait to bring all of those things back,
Yeah, so
you
get
know,
back.
and we're thankful that we've been able to move virtual
Yes,
in this current
yes.
environment,
You
but
did
we're
great.
we're very much looking forward to getting back next
Indeed, no,
year.
we all are, and it's unfortunate we're living through right now. Hope it's a test, right? It's a very good test,
It's a
and
good
showing
test.
how resiliency, how
Mhm.
not taking a no for an answer, and overcoming obstacles, but definitely obstacle there was. So you commend you for bringing all these tools to make sure we stay connected, so we stay involved, and hopefully that will enrich even when we come back physically working with one another. This could be a supplement to anything we do to sustain some
Absolutely.
activities. So
Absolutely. Well, Sammy, thank you. And it was such a joy to be able to sit and chat with you
I
and learn a
appreciate
little bit
you
more
seeing
about Quest and you and of course staying connected in our virtual world. So we can't wait to see you and all of your staff,
I appreciate you so
um,
much.
both on the computer
Back.
screen and in person someday soon.
Yeah, no, all staff in here, including Louise and Jack, want to pass a warm hello and thank every one of you and your team. Please pass a warm hello to the
I
rest of the
will.
team. Thank you so
I
much.
will. I will. Sammy, thank you so much. And thank you, Quest, for all of your support in the past and now, and I hope again in the future.
I'm looking forward to many years to come. Thanks, Jane.
Thanks. Have a great day.